I like it, I like it, I like it, my gorgeous Taurus, indeed, because this month it's all about you becoming aware of this success, something it's going to be so successful that it's literally going to make such a big impact in your life. It's to do with something that you've been working on, it's to do with something that you were aware of, but you were not aware of the level of success that this is actually bringing into your life. Indeed, there is something really mind-blowing that you are going to realize in terms of an ultimate change coming, happening, manifesting slowly but most certainly surely, especially when it comes to the 21st of October. Something really, oh my god, it's gonna happen on the 21st of October. It's more about the energy you're gonna feel, about this ultimate change slowly but surely coming into your life. My god, for the love of God, do not forget. Do not don't not pay attention to the signs that you're going to have in between the 21st of October and the 31st of October. From the 21st of October until the end of that month, there are going to be so many signs that are going to be keep on repeating and keep on repeating and keep on repeating, my gorgeous Taurini, until you start to follow them. Each of these signs are going to be so unique. Each of these signs are going to be so different, but they're all going to be pointing towards something really specific that you need to do, something really specific that you need to bring into your life, almost as if you're going to be reminded what's missing in your life, but you're not actually realize the importance of it because you've been going through so much. You had a lot to deal with, bless your heart. And this is sometimes when we do juggle so many different responsibilities, we sometimes forget about our own selves. So this is why this is important for you to understand, my gorgeous Taurini, that also throughout the month of October you need to put yourself as a number one. And I don't want to sound horrible because there are a couple of people in your life who are gonna need your attention like there is no tomorrow, but you know what I mean. I can talk about the people in your life who are like your children, so of course that you're gonna put your children as number one. That's absolutely fine, I completely understand. But why am I trying to explain it to you that there are some kind of issues that you're going to need to be dealing with when it comes to like a very special people in your life, like a couple of them for example, which is going to take so much from your special precious energy away from you. That's fine, you can deal with this, that's absolutely fine, but do not forget to put yourself as a number one when it comes to October, my gorgeous Taurini. This is very important indeed, because if you don't kind of give an energy to yourself, if you don't help to yourself, if you don't do certain things for yourself, no one else is going to do them for you, and then you're not going to be able to play an important role in those people's in your life that means to you the most. For example, I mean, I don't want to sound like this dark lala, like where is this dark lala coming from, blah blah blah. No, I'm just trying to kind of make you aware of the fact that there are going to be some kind of events and opportunities that you're going to become aware of when it comes to October 2023, but especially when it comes to the 15th of October and when it comes to the 22nd and 23rd of October. These are like the events that you need to pay attention to, that is going to be so important for you to be part of, at least to take them seriously when you become aware of them, because these particular events, I don't want to be dark lala, you are never going to kind of happen in your life ever again. So it's like take it or leave it, but it's to do with an important part when it comes to your development and when it comes to your spiritual journey. This is why this is going to be so important. And never mind that you actually have the number 46. 46 is a very powerful number when it comes to numerology, but it also means that this month, within the last few days, you are going to have such an interesting realization, like, oh my god, such an interesting realization. And it's all going to start like really pretty much such, when I told you on the 21st of October, I'm gonna go all confusing now with these dates again, I'm sorry. But when I told you on the 21st of October that there is gonna be this mind-blowing achievement that you are going to have, it's not so much about the achievement, but it's more about how you're gonna feel, and most importantly, what you're gonna become aware of, what is gonna trigger exactly this feeling and this vibration, this powerful energy within you, where you will know that this is gonna bring like such a big change into your life. But I must not forget this whatsoever. The following from the 21st of October, also the following after that will be something you're going to become aware of. Like there is something that you need to explore more. There is something that you need to learn more. There is something that you need to read up a little bit more when it comes to this specific situation in your life. But it's also going to lead towards an important adjustment. Why you're going to feel so happy when it comes to the 21st of October? Because it's not only about learning, it's not only about ultimate change, it's not only about the success, but you are going to be able to make an important adjustment. This is a big mama here. This important adjustment is to do with something that really became such a horrible thing in your life, something that made you feel so unhappy for way too long. And this adjustment is going to come in form of you knowing exactly now you're going to be able to move on from that. Now you're going to be able to abandon this, okay? And this is where this is all gonna lead towards like a really interesting realization. That's the interesting realization that I'm talking about, because that in itself is going to really put you in a mode where you're gonna realize before the end of this month that you do need to revisit some kind of old plans as well in order to take the next steps, okay? So this is a lot to do with you becoming aware of like really bold, but quite ambitious choices in your life. But also it's going to mean to you so much that you can actually talk to specific people in your life about this, because it's a lot about like you expanding your plans and continuing to move forward. It's like, oh my God. And what also 46 means when it comes to numerology, I'm not going to lie to you, my gorgeous Taurini, okay? What it also means is that you are going to have a bit of a bitter experience. You are going to be disappointed with something at around the 4th and then at around the 14th of October. And what you're going to be like you're just going to kind of become aware of something, and then you're going to be disgusted with something, and then you're going to be a little bit disappointed with something, as well. This is a lot to do with a little bit of a bitter experience that you are going to have. It's a bit of a bitter experience that you are going to have. And this in itself, it's really going to cause just a little bit of emotional confusion. But then at the same time, this is so important, because at the time when you do have this emotional confusion, there is a very positive experience which you are going to have. Very positive, and this is going to lead towards you having a really positive experience. And that positive experience, it's actually going to put you on the right path. You're going to realize that you have to stop over analyzing something and you have to make an important choice. It's about you making a choice, like at the time when you are going to have this important clarity. But it's all about basically, it's more about getting clarity on what you desire and then moving on in your life. This is so important for you to understand. And there is also some kind of addiction which is going to be highlighted, that you do need to do something about it. Some kind of addiction is going to be highlighted, my gorgeous Taurini, and this is ever so important. I don't need to tell you what this is, because I think that this is going to be absolutely obvious at this point in your life. Indeed. And also, my gorgeous Taurini, what else I was going to say to you, which is rather so important, and I know I've said this before, and I know I've mentioned this before, October, it's the month of such a powerful spirituality. It's of course, because we have on the 31st of October, we have the Samhain or Halloween, however you call it. It's a very special day, which has a power to reflect on the rest of the month, although it's at the end of the month, but the whole month of October, it's pretty much so like a completely different, very unique and very powerful energy, because the veil in between this world and the spirit world, it's at its thinnest. So the spirits are around us all the time, because we are multidimensional beings indeed. But now this is going to feel different, you know. So it is indeed going to make us to be more in touch with our intuition. And why am I saying this to you? Because I know I mentioned this before, but please do pay attention to this herb again. Herb or a plant, something which is gonna, like, oh my god, become so interesting to you again. The new herb or a new plant, it's gonna become so interesting to you completely out of the blue. Whether you're gonna be in the forest somewhere and just attach this plant is just gonna attract you. Suddenly you're going to be like, oh my god, what is this, you know? Or you're going to be walking somewhere, you're going to be going to the shop somewhere, and then you're going to see some kind of like a rosemary, a lavender or something outside, and then you're just going to be like completely obsessed with this for a second or two. Maybe you're just going to like kind of like maybe you have a certain plant or a herb at home that you're going to be like, oh my god, you know, you're suddenly constantly around this plant. Or you're going to be reading something and it may come in that form, you know, you see some kind of a herb, some kind of a plant, and now suddenly it's so gorgeous and so amazing to you, do you know what I mean? So however you become aware of this, you know, there is a one specific herb or a one specific plant that is just gonna make you feel so different when you come across this plant, and you're almost going to be obsessed with this for a second or two. And I can tell you that when you go to like Google out, like for example, the properties of these plants when it comes to ailments in your life and things like that, you will realize that this plant or this herb has got an amazing properties for something very specific that has been bothering you lately. So you need to consume this, you see, because the herbs are like ridiculously powerful when it comes to their healing impact on our body, on our spirit, on our soul even, you know. This is why this is going to be so important. I can tell you that you are going to like kind of notice this obsession when it comes to the specific herb. I know lots of you are going to say, oh my god, what is he blabbing about? I'm talking to you about things that are from a completely different dimension, that you can heal yourself like almost immediately while you're doing this, because you're following your spirit, you're following your soul, you're listening to your subconscious mind, you're paying attention to your subconscious mind. This is how you make the most of in this life, regardless who tells you what do you need to do, what you should do and things like that. No baby, no. The most and everything literally needs to come from you. But when you follow your spirit, you just make the most on the spiritual journey. And here in this situation, in terms of healing, you will realize that there is a very specific thing that this herb can actually heal that you've been suffering from, my gorgeous Taurini. So this is why this is so important indeed. And also when it comes to like your health and when it comes to nutrition, I know that you are going to feel a little bit of negativity and a little bit of blockage when it comes to your hips, for example, when it comes to your hips and when it comes to your lower back in particular. So please, for the love of God, just try to kind of like do the certain exercises, or maybe try to change the way you sleep, for example, in order to accommodate this like kind of like a pain or like sensitivity which you are going to feel. Or perhaps you're going to need like a certain exercises and things like that. So just pay attention to your lower back and pay attention to your hips, you know. So try to position yourself in such a way where you're not going to kind of suffer, and try to like kind of maybe like also look to rest like kind of every now and then as well. And also when it comes to like, you know, there are different ways of like kind of sleeping that you need to discover the way it's going to be the most beneficial for your back. For example, it's really good to sleep with a pillow in between your legs, because that way, you know, the lower back, it's kind of resting, you know, when you put like a pillow in between your legs. So this is something that I would highly suggest you to actually do. And also, my gorgeous Taurini, when it comes to the health and nutrition, what else I was going to say to you, I can also see to you as well a bit of like a sensitive heart, and I can also a little bit of sensitivity. And also when it comes to brain, your mind, your memory, and your like kind of like maybe you will notice, oh my god, I'm forgetting things, or you will notice that your concentration levels are not as good. So for both things, I highly recommend your omega-3 essential fatty fatty acids, which are going to be absolutely brilliant for your heart health, you know, for your circulation. It's going to help you, like, especially when it comes to the clogged arteries and things like that. It's super beneficial. Omega-3 essential fatty acids, which we do find in like a fish oils, but then it needs to be like a special proper fish oils, like from the like a wild fish, for example, not like a non-farmed or anything like that. So you need to get something really specific, which is going to be both beneficial for your heart health, but also it's going to be beneficial for your mind and memory and for your brain. And if you don't want fish, like because you're like a vegan or something like that, that's completely understandable. Then you can go for something like organic chlorella, for example, which is also going to provide you with this ever so essential omega-3 essential fatty acids, which is going to be superb for your mind, brain, memory, and for your heart health as well. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Taurini, I'm going on the very 1st of October. The very 1st of October, it is going to be a very unusual day. Then and there you're going to realize, oh my God, the energy is really strange, the energy is really bizarre, but you're going to be enjoying this. And you are really also going to have such an unusual experience on the 1st and the 2nd of October. On the 1st and the 2nd of October, you are going to have such an unusual experience. And this unusual experience, it's also going to make you feel something you haven't felt in a long time, and you're gonna like this. It's going to help you to get in touch with yourself again, but most importantly, that unusual experience, it's actually going to make you aware of what is missing in your life, and you are going to like this. You're gonna like this. It's also gonna lead towards you wanting to connect and reconnect with the people who think like you know. And this is always good, you know, this is always good, because when you're doing certain things in life and you're going through certain things in life, it is ever so important to kind of talk to people who are like us and to compare, you know, sometimes things and see what would work, what would not. It's nice to be surrounded by the people who think like us, because you get so much in terms of the actual knowledge, energy. It's a very, very powerful vibration, because it's to do with the trust, very unique trust with like-minded people that can like only bring so much colorful energy into your life rather than anything else. You know, it's important, so important on our spiritual journey. So important indeed. The second significant date, it's going to be on the 4th of October, my gorgeous Taurini. On the 4th of October, this news that you are going to have, this message that you are going to have, it's brilliant. Something it's going to make you feel so happy, but this is to do with something personal, and it's to do with a personal problem of yours. It's something that you've been like really stuck with for the last 4 months, and it was making you to be indecisive when you shouldn't have been indecisive. If you carried on with this a little bit longer, it would start affecting your confidence like deeply, and you absolutely don't want this. So this is a really great breakthrough moment which you are going to have on the very 4th of October. You will feel like you want to celebrate. You're gonna be very, very happy. It's like your homecoming time. You're coming back home to yourself, baby. You will feel like you want to celebrate something, but at the same time, this is gonna lead in between the 4th and the 18th of October for you to actually get the bigger picture, you know, the bigger picture when it comes to you overcoming this problem, because that bigger picture in itself, it's now naturally gonna really bring this vision into your life by the 18th of October, and otherwise you wouldn't have this vision. This is so important because it's bringing focus into your life, my gorgeous Taurini, but also especially when it comes to you feeling a lack of direction for a while because of this. You know, your spiritual path was affected within the last 4 months, and maybe you've just felt like a little bit of lack of direction. So now this is really kind of gonna help you to move on, and there is a very interesting realization that you are going to have here as well, which is almost immediately gonna put you like in the form of like in a mode of a contemplation. You're gonna realize, oh my God, like now now, so much is going on, but I still need to kind of like really see, what is going to be priority, what is not going to be priority at this stage, because I can tell you that things are gonna start changing here. And also, never mind the fact that on the 4th of October, after that moment in time, there is also gonna something that you're gonna, another message, another news, another information, it's gonna come to you when it comes to justice. Justice. What are you gonna hear? It's like something that you've been waiting for somebody else to kind of make a decision for you for a while now, and it has been such a long time that you almost forgot about this whatsoever. Whether this is to do with the proper legal justice, or whether this is to do with like you kind of just waiting for other people to make an important decision for you. However, this was making you feel really scared at times, and it was making you feel really, really paranoid. It was making you feel like you're in dark, when you shouldn't have been. That candle, that light at the end of the tunnel didn't exist like for a little while, So now the light at the end of the tunnel is about to come up with all this. So it's not only really good news and information when it comes to something personal that you will want to celebrate here. It's also, when it comes to the 4th of October, big mama indeed of a day, because on that day you're also going to become aware of this justice, and this is gonna, on one hand, you're gonna be like so relieved now, like finally, hallelujah baby, hallelujah. It's not only that, but it's like it's bringing the truth into your life. It's bringing so much clarity, so much confirmation, that you had you're gonna realize, oh my god, I had a self-limiting beliefs because of this, and so this is gonna help you to release negative thoughts, and it's going to also help you to open yourself to new perspectives. And so this is so important because it is going to lead towards your own personal freedom. It's about you becoming a leader of your life. You need to become a leader of your own life. This is exactly what you need to do. By becoming a leader in your life right now, you are going to regain respect like never before, but there is also some kind of knowledge that you are going to gain like completely unexpectedly. This knowledge that you are going to gain, it's also going to clearly show the whole new area of study that it's going to become so attractive to you right now. You know why? Because your third eye, baby, it's about to open up. Now your third eye is about to open up, and that in itself is gonna start noticing things like you've never noticed things around you before. But especially in terms of like learning, pay attention to so many different points throughout this month where you are actually going to have, where you are gonna kind of start realizing of some things you're gonna be, or certain things you're gonna be reminded what you had on your mind before. You're just gonna be reminded, oh yeah, 2 months ago I remember this, or 2 months ago I came across this, or a few months ago I came across that. Oh my god, I almost forgot about this. And then so certain things you're gonna kind of remind yourself at with what you're gonna see, what you're gonna come through, what you're gonna come across. But then other things you're gonna like kind of like see for the first time that you're gonna really want to explore and want to kind of bring into your life as well. The stage and the period in between the 19th and the 31st of October, it's going to be ever so important when it comes to just that. But going back to the 4th of October, all this is going to bring stability and structure into your life. It's going to, you're going to protect yourself, but it's also like you're going to make things so much more practical. Things are going to become so much more practical for you because of this focus that you could not have before whatsoever. The second important date, my gorgeous Taurini, it's actually going to be on the 18th of October. I like this so much. I like it. Do you know what? I like this because it's like this this new idea, you're gonna have this idea completely out of the blue. Well, it's not going to happen completely out of the blue, but you are gonna like really see something, or you're going to come across something, or you're going to experience something, and this is going to lead towards you having this new idea. The word new is ever so important. Why? Because it means that the one cycle has come to an end and another cycle is again about to begin. So that's why this is the direct result of a new idea. And the word new is so important because you are going to become so curious about something, my gorgeous Taurini. You're going to become so curious about something, and now in particular when it comes to that thirst for knowledge that I mentioned before, now this is going to be so like kind of highlighted here in such a way where you're going to realize that you're coming out of yourself, you're coming out of your comfort zone like never before, and now suddenly you will want to play with new ways of communicating, you know, and this is the direct result of a very powerful mental and spiritual energy as well. This new idea, you need to understand this new idea. It's like, oh my God, both when it comes to materialistic life and both when it comes to your spirituality, this new idea, it's gonna be such a wise choice. Like, listen to me carefully, my gorgeous Taurini. This new idea is going to be such a wise choice. I mean, come on, it's even going to reflect on your well-being as well. But what this new idea, look at the oracle, this new idea, it's also the truth. It's going to lead towards the truth, towards the biggest truth of your life, towards the biggest truth of your spiritual journey, towards the biggest truth of your destiny. This idea is just something which is, look at this, my God, what can I possibly say? I've just mentioned destiny, and this idea, it's like your life purpose. It's like this is going to be so big. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say. It's gonna be huge. So not only this is gonna be wise, but this is gonna be huge. But you will fully understand that there is something that you're gonna need to prove. There is a little tension that you're going to feel only because you are gonna realize that you're gonna, for one, need to do certain things for a while that you don't wanna do. That's part of luck, baby. Tough luck. Tough luck, Taurini. That's part of life. Sometimes we all have to do certain things we don't want to do. Okay, that's number one. And number two, the reason why you're gonna feel a little bit of tension is also because you're gonna feel like almost as if you need to prove your point further to someone. That's fine, but and it's also like kind of like you're gonna feel like you're gonna need to be part of some kind of competition. It doesn't really matter whatsoever. Do not let that put you off. It's so important, you know. Very, very important, because this on the 18th of October, what is actually going to happen, this is going to lead towards your confidence. This is going to, this is first of all going to lead, this is going to lead towards your own independence. I'm not saying that you're not independent now, but I'm just saying that things are going to go on a completely different level, and the way I can describe this, it's your own independence, because you're going to find yourself on such a path right now where you're gonna feel like you've never felt before, in terms of you being a free spirit and you feeling like a free spirit. So this is a lot to do with your passion and you rejuvenating yourself by readjusting certain things in your life. So this is gonna lead towards your independence. It's going to show you clear focus. You're gonna become very, very courageous. You're gonna become very confident, and you're gonna have, it's bringing this zest for life, determination and happiness. Like, oh my God, what a mind-blowing combination. And with such a mind-blowing combination, you simply cannot get wrong whatsoever. Very, very soon, like when it comes to November, yes, I'm in November now, this is October, but when it comes to the 17th and 18th of November, you're also already going to become aware of this excellent opportunity which is going to present itself, which is going to be completely connected to this particular situation right now, because that opportunity in itself is going to come forward as a very, very happy news, and it's pretty much so to do with like the promotion of your life. Literally your life, baby, it's about to be promoted. Okay, And also, what else I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Taurini, would be this absolutely gorgeous carnelian. Look at this baby, how gorgeous, look at how beautiful this is. Very powerful, very strong, very energetic. Do you know what carnelian does? It has got the power to like really picks us up almost immediately. It's fantastic when it comes to like bringing a powerful energy into our lives. It sparks energy, okay? It inspires confidence, you know? And at the same time, it's so essential when it comes to our own empowerment. So if you need to do something, like if you need to do something important and you don't feel that you have a confidence, like sometimes we may not sleep all night and then in the morning we have to go somewhere important and it's like, oh God, I don't feel perfect. Well, baby, you know, it's never a perfect time. As I said before, 99% of the things it's us showing our face, you know, and then the rest is going to follow. And this is when it comes to carnelian. If something happens, God forbid, and you couldn't sleep all night and then you need to do something important, you just wear carnelian. It really refreshes you, it rejuvenates you, and it helps you to like kind of be on top of things. It doesn't only kind of empower you, it doesn't only kind of rejuvenate you, it doesn't only re-energize you, but also it's like kind of helps you to make important decisions at a time where you do not feel right whatsoever. I'm not saying that you wear this only when you don't feel right, but I'm just saying that almost instantly, as soon as you put carnelian on, seriously, almost instantly kind of like really brings the energy, you know, into your life, so you can carry on with things and you don't miss out on certain things that you never should. Okay, so this gorgeous carnelian is something I highly recommend you to wear throughout October, November, and even December, whenever you feel like you need that a little bit of extra energy, determination, and this Vavavumish power indeed. This gorgeous carnelian comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Taurini, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much for that. The next important date is going to be on the 21st of October. I almost said August. On the 21st of October. What happened on the 21st of August? That right now, I almost said the 21st of August. Do you know what? So something happened on the 21st of August. That's why this big mama came through. Hello, darling. No, something happened on the 21st of August. Yes, I'm talking about August now. Something happened on the 21st of August that is very much so connected to this big mama here on the 21st of October, because on the 21st of October it is very much so energetically connected to the 21st of August. That's why I mentioned August right now. So on the 21st of October you are actually gonna feel so good, because something that you were worrying about on the 21st of August, on the 21st of October right now, you know, something is gonna come true. All what I can say to you is that almost as if this means to you so much that this is like part of one of your dreams. All I can say to you is, without talking too much about August, you know, all I can say right now is that on the 21st of October, some kind of a dream of yours, it's about to start to manifest itself. It's about to come through. It's about to come forward. And this dream is going to bring such an important inner harmony into your life, and it's pretty much so to do with you worrying so much over the last couple of months. You were so restless and you were worrying about this, and that in itself, like almost every single time when you would go to sleep, when you would go to chill out, when you would want to have a little break, you would always think about something negative that happened in August. So this affected you greatly for the last 2 months. So you are coming out of something really bad, and for the first time in a while I can see you relaxing, I can see you chilling out, I can see you resting, you know, I can see you maybe like meditating relaxing, resting. You're gonna have such a powerful moment on the 21st of October. Whether you're gonna do this consciously or subconsciously, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna lie down, and now this is the first time in absolute ages that you're gonna be able to chill out without having this bitch or the back of your subconscious mind at the back of your subconscious mind, this bitch problem, you know, that's what I meant, at the back of your subconscious mind, you know. So this is the first time, so you're gonna like this, you know. But it's not only about that, it's more about what are you actually going to realize here. You're gonna like, what are you actually going to realize here? You're gonna suddenly, so when you're chilling out and relaxing, you're gonna realize, oh my god, some kind of progress now that you didn't realize before. And you're also going to realize that you need to prepare for something. You're gonna realize what exactly do you need to prepare for. And this in itself, it's to do with an expansion in your life, but it's also to do with an opportunity that is going to be connected to you maybe making a little journey, whether this is a 5-minute journey away or whether this is a big journey, some kind of a journey. It's going to be pretty much so connected to this as well. But it's not only that. Once you go on this particular journey, there is some kind of experience, unusual experience, another unusual experience that you're going to have. But this is more about you becoming so enlightened, like through some kind of spiritual enlightening experience. You are going to have another confirmation and clarity of the path that you're currently on, but it's more going to remind you to not to sway off your own path, you know, to stay on the right path. Because shortly after that moment in time, almost as if you're going to have a little bit of a temptation, which is going to be very difficult to resist. But then you're going to remember what happened when it comes to this like journey, and this is going to like really help you to kind of like ground yourself and recenter yourself at this moment of your spiritual journey. So this is why this is going to be so important. You know, you need to understand when it comes to the 21st of October, like when you kind of realize what you need to prepare for, you know, use the dynamic energy of a leader. Remember what I said to you like before on the 4th of October about being a leader of your own life. Now on the 21st of October, you just need to remember to use the dynamic energy of a leader, okay? And this is important because, you know, you need to understand that by using the dynamic energy of a leader, you're also going to realize that the success lies ahead if you keep to the path, okay? And you can only do this by really kind of understanding that there are certain specific things in your life that only you can do and no one else can do this for you whatsoever. Indeed. Before I go to the next date, another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Taurini, absolutely gorgeous. Look at this baby. It's so powerful. A new jade. New jade is brilliant for October, November and December. Every single time you feel a little bit down, when you feel a little bit low, this is brilliant for the negativity, to get rid of negativity. It's brilliant for depression. It's brilliant when you're feeling low. It's brilliant when you're, you know, feeling really negative. So this is something that, you know, it's immediately going to make you feel so much better about yourself. This new jade comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. Just click on the name of this video and it's just going to expand, and you will see right at the bottom of the description, you will see where am I selling my crystals as well. The next important date, my gorgeous Taurini, the next important date is going to be on the 31st of October. But you know what? That this month is going to be absolutely mental. Do you know what? Even when you're thinking about the month of October, what I can say to you, my gorgeous Taurini, is the fact that the October, it's actually going to end up to be completely different however you imagine it to be. Do you get what I mean? It's going to end up to be completely different, and I mean this in the best possible way. Some kind of bloody darkness, it's coming to an end that was affecting your life for way too long. So now, you know, by the end of this month, it's like a little wings that are going to be able to fly again, baby. So important. I know you were worrying about something so intensely. So, my goodness. So what is going to happen on the 31st of October? Well, on the 31st of October, you're going to realize something so deep about yourself, so deep about like something so personal about yourself, about your life, about where your roots are, and something so personal that you're not going to be able to avoid, you know, in your life until you make sure that this becomes your reality. It's going to be very, very personal, but it's going to be also very unique the way this is going to happen, because you're going to be doing something completely XYZ, something completely different, something completely that doesn't have to do anything with anything. Do you know what I mean? And then you're going to be reminded in a really bizarre way of like a certain things about yourself that are missing in your life that you need to bring into your life, but it's a lot to do with the happy memories and nostalgia that you're going to feel, where exactly this is actually going to come from. The first of all, it's going to be that some kind of blast from the past on the 31st of October. It's actually going to start all this. You're either going to see somebody who you haven't seen for absolute years, or you're gonna like think suddenly about somebody you haven't seen ever in absolute years. And this is where everything is going to start, because it's gonna start bringing different feelings and different emotions, and that's, you know, this is what is gonna trigger these feelings within you indeed. And also, when it comes to the 31st of October, my gorgeous Taurini, you know, you are really going to have okay, I don't know how to say this. You are going to have a pretty much mind-blowing life experience here. On the 31st of October, you are going to have a pretty much a mind-blowing life experience. This life experience that you are going to have, you will fully know and you will fully understand that there is so much for you to do, so much for you to explore. It's going to open up so many different doors, but most importantly, it's going to leave you with absolutely no options but to start making changes in your life. And the sooner you do this, the better it's going to be, because this is all about a very, very mind-blowing and powerful and unexpected revelation that you're actually going to have. This is going to help you to break free, but it's also going to help you to release old belief systems that were kind of like preventing you to move onto the new things in life. We are constantly growing, we are constantly evolving, and we are constantly changing. So this is gonna be all about your moment right now on the 31st of October, and it doesn't really surprise me. Just remember what I said. Some call it Halloween and some call it Samhain. It's like when the veil in between this world and the spirit world are at its thinnest, and this is when we feel and sense so many beings, spiritual beings around us on a completely different level. But then again, ask a question, ask something, the universe on the 31st of October. Just ask the question to the spirits somewhere. Go to the forest. I know it sounds mental, but go to the forest, ask a question, and very like loudly, and very soon after you are going to get your answer in the weirdest possible way, but you will know what this means. And if you have it like 10 people, or you are the only one who would be able to understand this answer then and there, you see. So it's going to be something exclusively personal to you. But anyway, so going back on the 31st of October, my gorgeous Taurini, you are going to have this pretty much so this amazing experience. And then again, that is gonna really make you think like, oh my God, now it's time for action, now it's time to get to work, you know. And this is where you are gonna really become aware of already like some kind of amazing opportunity. You will be feeling that some kind of amazing, incredible opportunity, it's coming to you. And this is so important, because it's like, you know, you're gonna move on from something that was dominating your life in such a long time. But then again, this is going to highlight a great skill of yours, which is going to play an important role when it comes to you knowing exactly what do you need to do in order to speed things up. The great skill of yours is going to be highlighted. This is like something that you would normally find so challenging, but now it's like, oh my God, the driving force here is going to be primarily the feeling that you are going to have. You will know that there is something crazy going to come out of this. So this is why you need to be as open-minded as you possibly can. Do not ignore your spirit. Do not ignore your destiny. Do not ignore your destiny call right now, because it's going to be happening on the 31st of October 2023 indeed. So now, my gorgeous Taurini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship. This is fantastic because you are both going to be absolutely delighted on the 3rd of October, on the 13th of October, okay? And on the 31st of October. These 3 days are going to be playing a major role when it comes to these 3 days being completely different again from one another, but these 3 days are all going to be so beneficial for the couples. Why? Because you will realize that, oh my God, you know, some kind of a problem is something is going to come to an end. But these 3 days are going to give you solution. These 3 days are going to give you solution when it comes to some kind of conclusion, which is almost immediately going to have such a healing impact on your both lives, and it's to do with a rather satisfactory result indeed. Yes, it is to do with some kind of compromise, but then again, it's like more how inspired you are going to feel, how creative you are going to feel. This compromise is just not going to mean absolutely anything, because at the same time somebody very close to both of you, some kind of a loyal friend, is going to deliver some kind of news for you, which is going to confirm so much for both of you that you are on the right path, you are doing the right thing, and most importantly is to do with an important news, important realization, but especially also a confirmation what both of you should be persistent and consistent with at this stage of your life. So it's not only confirmation, but it's also the realization what to be persistent and consistent with as well. For those of you who are single and ready to, hello my darling, you know what, it's like there is something that is going to be, that there's something that was on your mind already, like there was something on your mind already when it comes to the actual August and September. In August and September already you started something, you started going somewhere, you started a new spiritual journey when it comes to letting someone really special into your life. So this already started, you already started maybe going somewhere new, and maybe you are going somewhere persistently. Keep going, baby, keep going, and do not lose your hope. So already in August and September already you started going somewhere new, or you started doing somewhere new. Okay, and carry on doing that, because this effort that you started, you also at the beginning of October, you're gonna be like, why am I doing this? Nobody's coming into my life, blah blah blah, and things like that. Carry on doing this, because very soon, within the first like 11 days of October already, you're gonna have a clear sign, an indication that you need to carry on with this effort, because this in itself is going to really have another stage at around the mid-October, where you are gonna make a really brave step, a really brave move. This brave move is going to surprise you, but it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you came out of some kind of a comfort zone, and this is going to be huge for you. So something really amazing is going to happen at around the mid of October, and then towards the end of October, somebody really beautiful, it's about to walk into your life. Your own persistence is going to bring this person into your life. But I like this person so much because it's somebody very responsible, somebody very intelligent, intelligent, somebody very, very clever, and somebody who is also like extremely reliable, and somebody who is very kind of mature and responsible. The fact that they're mature, you know, it's nothing to do with their age whatsoever. I mean, you could both be like 21-year-olds, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that the person is not an old spirit. That doesn't mean that the person hasn't got like a relevant like experience in this world or in the past life. For example, you know, sometimes people can be 21, for example, and they can be ridiculously mature, old spirits, old souls. We have seen this many times over and over again when it comes to like a really young kids that are 4 years old, and they're talking about these past lives that there is no way they could have known about, you know. So it's just like a really part of the really big picture. The bottom line is that somebody very special is about to walk into your life, my gorgeous Taurini, at around the end of this month. And I like this person so much because there is this person is going to be beneficial when it comes to your life in so many different ways, you know, especially when it comes to your organization in life. There is so much that you're going to pick up, you know, from this person. And also, if that person doesn't show up or doesn't walk into your life at the end of this month, you know, don't kind of get upset or anything like that, because it may not happen like right at the end of this month. But then November 2023, it's also going to play an important role, especially at around the 17th and 18th and 19th and the 20th of November, where I can clearly see you like really enjoying yourself, you know, with somebody, for those of you who are single, for example. So do not lose your hope, because this particular person is most certainly about to walk into your life. Okay, my gorgeous Taurini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.